Hey there, my friends. It's good to see you here. You know, life's got this funny way of sneaking up on you when you least expect it. One moment you're just working, paying bills, doing your best to keep the lights on, and the next, something hits you so hard it feels like the ground's been pulled right from under your feet. For me, that moment came a few years ago when my wife got sick. We thought it'd be just a short hospital stay, maybe a week, some rest, and we'd be back to normal. But, oh, you know how it goes. One test led to another, then more prescriptions, more follow ups, and before we knew it, those medical bills started stacking like dominoes. And in America, well, you know how medical bills are? They don't play nice. Even with insurance, we still owed thousands. And since my regular job didn't pay much, steady but nothing fancy, I started leaning on credit cards just to keep up. The medicine, the groceries, the gas to get to and from the hospital. I told myself, I'll catch up next month. But oh boy, next month never really came. Before long, I was staring at a number that made my stomach twist: 37,821. That was my total debt. I'd sit at the kitchen table late at night, the lamp humming, calculator in hand, just staring, adding, subtracting, re-adding. And each time it came out the same. Not enough. I had a good heart, I worked hard, but man, it just wasn't enough. One night, my wife, she's the strong one between us, looked at me and said, "You've always figured things out before. You will again." Even when she was sick, she still found a way to lift me up. That night, I sat there in the quiet and made myself a small promise. If I couldn't earn more at work, I'd earn more somewhere else. Something small. Something from home. Now, here's the funny part. I didn't really have any fancy skills. I wasn't some tech guy or, one of those people who could code or run ads or whatever. But I did know one thing. I was pretty decent with words. All my life, I'd helped people write things. Little letters, notes for the church, helping the grandkids with essays. So I thought, maybe I could help other folks online with that. So one evening after dinner, I made myself a profile on a freelance website. Didn't overthink it. Didn't even have a professional photo. Just an old one from my phone. A few days later, I got a message. A small cafe needed someone to proofread their menu. They offered me $25. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not much. But let me tell you, that first $25 felt like a spark. Not because of the money itself, but because it reminded me I still had something to offer. So, I kept going. Every morning before work, I'd wake up an hour early, make my coffee, and work on tiny writing gigs. Blog posts, letters, short ads, little descriptions. After a few months, I started earning a few $100s extra each month. It wasn't glamorous, but I'll tell you what, it felt good. Every extra payment I made on that debt was like taking a stone off my back. Then, one day, an old buddy of mine, George, called me up. He said, "Hey, I've got this YouTube channel, but my videos sound like I'm reading a cereal box. You're good with words? Can you help me?" I said, "Sure, why not?" He sent me his script and, well, it was fine, but it had no heart. So I rewrote it the way people actually talk. Added little pauses, a few laughs, a few ums, made it human. When he uploaded that new version, something wild happened. People started commenting things like, "This one feels real," and, "Man, I don't know what changed, but I felt this." That was the moment I realized something. Words, when they're honest, can move people. So I started helping George more, writing his scripts, fixing descriptions, even replying to comments. And little by little, I learned how YouTube really worked. Not just the tech side, but the heart behind it. After about 8 or 9 months of doing that, balancing my job during the day and my writing gigs at night, things finally started turning around. The debt that once looked impossible began to shrink. I remember each milestone: 30,000, 20, 10, and then one morning, I logged in and the screen said 0.0. I just sat there for a long while, staring at it. I didn't cry, but I'll admit, my eyes got a little watery. My wife came into the room and I said, "Honey, it's done. We did it." She smiled, tired but proud. And I think that smile alone was worth every late night. These days, I still work my regular job. But that little writing side hustle, helping YouTube folks, crafting stories, writing heartfelt messages. That's something I'll never give up. It's not just about the money anymore. It gave me something I didn't realize I'd lost: confidence, purpose, and a reason to wake up feeling useful again. Oh, what was it? Yeah, so I'm not here to tell you that you have to start writing or do YouTube like I did. No, no. What I am saying is, you probably already have something inside you that someone else needs. Maybe you can cook or paint or fix things around the house. Maybe you've got a soothing voice and could read audiobooks. Or maybe you've just lived enough life to share a few lessons that younger folks haven't learned yet. Whatever it is, that's your gold mine. Start small, start quiet, but start. That's the trick. There were plenty of nights when I felt like giving up, when the writing felt too slow, when my eyes hurt, when that doubt whispered, "You're too old for this tech stuff." But every single time, I'd think back to that first 25 job. That was proof. Proof that even small steps still count. And, success isn't about speed, it's about direction. And as long as you're still moving forward, even an inch at a time, you're doing just fine. So, if you're watching this right now and maybe you're feeling stuck, buried under debt, or just plain tired of always being behind, take a deep breath with me. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not too late. You're just waiting for your start moment. Mine came from desperation, sitting at that kitchen table with a stack of bills and a sick wife. Yours might come from somewhere else, but when it comes, don't ignore it. Grab it, even if it's small, because small things, done with faith and consistency, can move mountains. That's what I learned. A tiny writing gig turned into a YouTube opportunity, and together, they helped me pay off $37,821 of debt. And more than that, they helped me find myself again. If a 56-year-old man with an old laptop and a tired heart can start over from his kitchen table, then, my friend, you can too. Start small, stay steady, and keep that little spark of hope alive. You'll be surprised how far it can take you. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and remember, it's never too late to begin again.